So, I'm looking a little bit relaxed today, grubby, some people might even say, and I just realised this morning I hadn't done a video for 4 months. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. And so I thought, what the hell have I been doing? Let's go back even further. I left full-time work over a year ago now, back in April. April was a year. And I realised that all of a sudden in April. And I thought, I've been out of work for a year. I haven't done much in that year. I could have written 2 novels in that time. Now, I have spent a bit of time writing books and trying to get into that. I'm just not getting into it. So anyway, I'm at a bit of a crossroads. It's more like a spaghetti junction, really. This road's going off everywhere. Not really sure what to do. So I thought I'd do another video, and I'm going to try and do these more regularly, you know, because if I'm not doing this, what am I going to be doing? I don't know. Look, book I've read though, The Heavens by Sandra Newman. This is so good. I got this book after reading a review in The Guardian. Yeah, I'm a bit of a lefty, I suppose, really, in some respects, but I like that, you know. Especially at my age, where most people are getting a little bit reactionary, but not me. Anyway, this is a great book. It really is bloody well written, and it's about time travel, basically, but, you know, it's not corny, it's not crappy. What happens is, every time she travels back in time, which is when she's dreaming, basically, so she gets a lot of sleeper skill, when she comes back after the dream, so she wakes up, things have changed, and, you know, in the world. And what she realises is that every time she goes back, and it's back to the 1500s, it's about the time when William Shakespeare was around, and he features in it as well. Bit of a spoiler, I know, but that's not too bad. And what happens is, she gets really worried because she's going out with this new bloke, and she thinks every time she comes back things have changed. Now sometimes it's really well done. Sometimes it's just things like, you know, the sneakers. They were blue and now they're green and they're dishevelled and looking a bit grubby and a bit used. A bit like me. So she has to be really careful when she goes back in time, or dreams, and she can't help dreaming obviously because you've got to get some sleep. She has to be careful because everything she does may have an effect on the future. So it's really good. Anyway, read it. It's not a great big thick book, which is quite nice, really. On the back it says, a story of love complicated by time travel. That's pretty much it. Good stuff. What else have I been doing? Well, actually, Leo the dog, right, who's lying here asleep at the moment, I thought I'd get him a mate. So I got this other dog from the pet shop because the woman there is really great with dogs. It's where I got Leo from. And a lot of people have this thing about pet shops and you shouldn't buy dogs from pet shops. But, you know, she has a whole group of breeders, and she gets dogs off them here, there, everywhere. So quite often there are puppies in there. Anyway, I said to her, look, have a think about it, because I think he wants a chum. I think he wants somebody to play with. Mainly I'm basing that on the fact that he mounts any dog that he meets in the park or on the fire trail where we go. Anyway, I got this other dog, a lovely, lovely little dog, little white dog, a bit smaller than him, called Oliver, right? And Oliver's the nicest dog. Now, Leo's like a bogan. So if you don't know what a bogan is, it's like a chav or something like that, right? It's like a redneck, okay? That's what he is. That's what he's like. He jumps on anybody. He eats anything. He spent 2 days in the vets last week because he'd eaten a rawhide bone. You're supposed to chew them, but he'd gone and buried it in the garden for about 2 months. Then he dug it up and then he ate it. This is not good from a personal hygiene point of view, obviously. Big bit lodged in his belly, that's what seemed to have happened. And he was sick, there was blood everywhere. Really bad. Took him to the vets, cost me an absolute fortune. I could have got a small Volkswagen, you know, for the fees. But anyway, he came out and he was right as rain. Didn't seem to bother him at all, really. He was on a drip in there and everything. Anyway, there we are. That's one of the exciting things that's happened. But look, it didn't really work with the little dog, with Oliver, because Leo was following him around all the time. He was on top of him a lot, rolling him over. The other dog would fight back every now and again, you know, which is fair enough. But it just wasn't working. It was in his face all the time. It was bad to see, you know. Couldn't really stop him. Took him for a walk. I only had the dog for 2 days. Took him for a walk, and or the took him for a walk. You know, Leo, his face right in his face is absolutely appalling. Anyway, sadly, I thought I'd better take him back, so I took him back, and the woman at the pet shop lovely woman. She said, look, if you change your mind, come back and, you know, we can fix you up with Oliver again, or I'll have a look for another dog. But I'm thinking now, Leo, I think maybe this place is just his, and you know, we'll just I don't know, we'll just let him run around, I think. Okay, what else am I going to do? Let me talk about prevarication for a minute. I've just been doing too much of it, right? So if you're one of those people who gets up in the morning, has a bit of toast, and then thinks, I'll look on the computer, I'll look at my emails, just don't bother with it. Just do something. I've actually been cleaning today. I've cleaned the toaster, and I've got the dishwasher going, the washing machine's going, everything's going. Okay, it's humming along here. And I think you've got to do that. You've just got to do something. Oh, bit of good news. You know, I've got this journalism course that I do. It's been up there for about 2 years now, right? It's through an online company called Udemy. And that's Udemy. And it's a course for journalists. So it's how to be a journalist, like the complete guide. And I've got, well, I'm 2 students short now of 1,000 students, which is pretty impressive, I think, you know, so pat on the back for myself, I think, for that one. But that's another thing, you see, I've been thinking of doing, more videos for journalists, so I've been starting to do that. Anyway, again, look at it, prevaricating, do one thing, do another, I've got to stick to one thing. If any of you got any suggestions, well, apart from telling me to fuck off, obviously, then please comment, tell me what you think I should be doing. I love doing product reviews. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I've just got to stick with something. One thing. Okay? Anyway, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Sleep well.